All right, welcome to Module 5. My name is Josh. I'm your push coach, and now we're going to get down to some deeper, more specific business, and that is helping you set up your daily game plan. So this module is called Plan and Priorities. Here's the thing. Most people fail to plan. Correct? Yep, that's you. That's your business. You wake up every single day, you waste away hours playing on Facebook and Instagram and calling it working your business. The main reason you fail to plan is because you don't even understand what priorities you should be having in your business. I've found from working with so many people that people just don't even know what they should be doing. They just don't even have any idea. Now, you really do know, but you don't feel like you know. You've heard it said before. You've heard people talk about what you should be doing, but unfortunately, you've heard so many calls, been to so many different trainings that you've got like 35,000 different ideas running through your head, and you're struggling to take all of this stuff and put it into a specific game plan. Now remember, urgency creates focus. So that's what this module is designed to help you do. It's designed to help you have that focus and focus in on those things on a daily basis. So I'm going to walk you through some of the things that I believe should be your daily focus, an absolute minimum. Now, in one of my favorite books, The 12-Week Year, he teaches that if you can do 65% of the right things on a regular basis, you'll have success. And if you can do 85% of the right things, you'll be incredibly successful. So what I'm about to do is help you to lay out your priorities for every single day. This is going to be your absolute minimum. If you have other things you want to do, that's totally fine. You're free to do other things. You are your own boss. But these are the things you're going to do at an absolute minimum. These are the most important business building activities. If you stick to these things, you will see success with time. And if you do 85% of those activities, you are going to be incredibly successful. If you do not have a game plan, again, you're going to find yourself wasting away time, wasting away energy, and wasting away money. So I have two different things, two different modes that I like to teach. One is called the building mode. One is called the expansion mode. And I'm going to walk you through what those look like and why you don't want to fall into what I call the gap mode. So building mode is when you don't have a full-time income just yet. Okay? You're just getting started. Like my first basically year and a half. Wasn't making much money, and I was just trying to build up enough momentum to get my business rolling in the right direction. When you are in building mode, you have no full-time income. You don't usually have extra money and resources to invest in things like Facebook ads or other forms of marketing. You are basically just trying to get things up and going. When you are in this mode, it is so important not to get distracted with 35,000 different things that you learned on podcasts and other trainings that are trying to get you to go all in on this, or if you can just do this one magical thing, your business will take off forever. Please avoid those things at all costs. If you are in building mode, I have some very specific activities that I want you to stick to on a daily basis. Let me walk you through those activities real quick, and these will be the same things that are in the app, okay? Number one, you need to be using your product daily. Whatever it is that you're selling, you should be using. And I don't care what kind of a product it is, whether it be health and fitness, whether it be candles, whatever it is, whatever product you're trying to sell, you should be using daily. Because if you don't use it, why in the world would anyone else trust that it works, that it helps, and that they should use it? So number one, use your product. Number two, you need to connect. And this is two different things. This involves posting on social media and starting new conversations. Now, I'm going to have some bonus modules where I'm going to teach you specifically how to do some posting to make sure you get high engagement, to make sure that you're not talking about your product so much that people hate your guts and don't want to follow you and they block you, okay? While also mixing in some good stuff about your products. And I'm going to give you some scripts on starting new conversations. I'm not personally a big fan of cold invites. If it works for you, that's fine. Go for it. I personally teach that you want to build some type of a relationship, not for 9 years, but you do want to build some type of relationship, some type of trust before you actually go for the jugular, which is what I call the invite, okay? Third thing you need to do is you need to invite. And this is where you actually ask someone, do you want to buy something? Okay? If you never ask anyone if they want to buy something, guess what? That's why your sales suck. Because at the end of the day, you've got to actually go for the jugular. I know that sounds like really violent. I don't mean it in a violent way. Remember, I live by my mission. We're out to help people. But come on, you got to have a little bit of a competitive drive. At some point, you have to actually say, hey, I have this thing and you should probably try it because it's freaking amazing and it's changed my life. Are you interested? At some point. Now, I'm going to have some scripts for that as well, okay? And then the fourth thing is personal development. Personal development is taking time to work on you. For me personally, I have audiobooks in my car that I listen to pretty frequently when I'm riding. Sometimes I jam out to music, but a lot of times I'm listening to Grant Cardone or I'm listening to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I have those audiobooks just constantly going, feeding my brain, feeding my attitude, feeding my confidence. And then I have books that I read at night before I go to bed. Right now I'm working on a book by John Maxwell called No Limits, one of the greatest books ever. I highly, highly recommend it. So those things right there, that's what you're going to stick to. Now, do you have the freedom to do other things? Absolutely. But those are the 4 things that I want you to make sure you do every single day. Use your product. Connect with people, which includes your posts and conversations. Invite people, which is like, hey, do you want to buy this? And personal development. Stick to those 4 things. Do them over and over and over and over, and you will build momentum in your business. Now, the second mode is expansion mode. Expansion mode is when you get to the point in your business where you're making a full-time income. So hopefully you're not having to still work a full-time job. If you have kids, maybe you have enough money to pay for a sitter or a nanny to come for a couple hours a day so that you can get some work time in, whatever that looks like. This is where you finally have enough momentum that you have time and resources on your side. This is so important that when you get to this place, you actually enter into what I call expansion mode. So you have full-time income, you have more time, you have more energy, you have more resources. It's very, very important that you go into what I call expansion mode, which is where you start to learn new things that are going to help you expand your time and energy to get things done while you aren't working. For me personally, that's my Facebook ads, that's my email list, but basically it's things that are I've created resources that work for me. If you don't do this, you will fall into what I call gap mode. Gap mode is a place where basically you make enough money, you have time, you have energy, you have resources, but you never took the time to expand and use your money and create new resources, and you find yourself burnt out. And you find yourself caught up in the hustle for way too long. You start to lose your energy. You start to get burnt out and honestly get tired of talking to people. Sometimes it rubs off the entire energy on your team and you become this stagnant, just overwhelmed, kind of grumpy leader because you've worked too hard for too long. Here's the thing. If you will go from building mode into expansion mode and avoid this place that I call the gap mode, where you get burned out, you get tired, you get exhausted. Sometimes you just quit and just leave everybody else by the side and collect your paycheck. If you will avoid this gap mode and actually enter into what I call expansion mode, your life is going to be changed forever. Me personally, in my business where I'm at right now, I wake up and I do the things I love, and I've hired other people to do everything else. I don't process orders. I don't answer emails unless they need my specific attention. I don't create Facebook groups. I don't work on my app. I don't work on my website. I do the things I love. When you get to the point where you have a full-time income, it's time to start investing in resources that are going to help you to create what we call life by design, which means you do the things you love and you do them from wherever you want, however you want, because you've created systems that keep the momentum running for you, okay? So if you are in expansion mode, here's the thing. You're gonna keep using products every single day. That never stops. You're gonna keep connecting every day. That never stops. You're gonna keep inviting every day. You're gonna keep doing personal development, okay? Never abandon the things from building mode because those are the things that keep you rolling. but I'm going to add one thing that you really have got to do every single day, and I call it business development. What this means is I want you to take 1 hour a day, and I want you to start learning a new way to create what I call a funnel, which means people coming to you. For me personally, I use Facebook ads. I highly recommend my mentor, Zach Spuckler. His website is heartsoulhustle.com. He will teach you everything you need to know about Facebook ads. He also teaches email marketing. There's a lot of other people that you can check out, but my mentor is the best there is. But you are creating some type of thing that brings people to you, so that instead of having to send out 50 invites a day, which that's a made up number, I'm not saying you have to do 50 invites. Instead of doing all these invites, people are coming to you. Now, here's the thing. Do not abandon the business mode to go into expansion mode. They should be two things that come together. Until your Facebook ads or your email marketing or whatever that is you're working on actually creates enough momentum that then you can let the other thing go. Be very, very careful not to abandon your business building activities to go all in on something you haven't even learned yet and you don't even know if it works. I've seen too many people do that and their business falls apart. You got to be very, very smart. Spend 80% of your time on the things that are already working, 20% of your time on creating some type of new thing that can work for you until that thing is actually working. Then, little at a time, you can pull away from the business building activities and let this new thing work for you. Okay? So, in the app, you're going to have all of these things. And for the app, we have everything built for the expansion mode. If you're not in expansion mode, just don't check off the business development, okay? Stick to your business building activities. But please, we've created this app. If you haven't downloaded it, go download it in the App Store. We'll have instructions in the Facebook group. We've created this app to help keep you focused every single day so that you have a digital checklist to just go mark it off. Please use the app, okay? Please focus in. Allow me to help you streamline your business, because this is one of the most important things, is to make sure you do the right things every day. Remember, if you do 85% of the right things every day, you will be incredibly successful. So trust the process. Of course, if you have other things that you do that work, keep doing those things. Don't abandon things that work, okay? This is not a end-all, be-all list. You're more than welcome. You're free to add your own things. You're free to keep doing the things that already work, okay? But if you do 85% of the right things, you will be incredibly successful, all right? My name is Josh. I'm your push coach, and I cannot wait to see the kind of results you're going to get when you do the right things.